Hi, my name is Chris, and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. As you can see, the name is The Wellness Boss, and that is my moniker, that is my brand name, that is the name I do business with, The Wellness Boss. And what we are about is preaching the gospel of wellness. And we do that via media, via consultancy, and via coaching means. Okay. I'm so passionate about kicking off my channel this month. For those who know me, you know that I've been on a journey of trying to start my YouTube channel. But for a long while, I hadn't yet conceptualized how exactly I wanted the channel to flow. But, considering that we're in the month of October, the month where mental health is being not being celebrated per se, but where light is being, shined on, I just thought this would be a perfect time for me to kick off. As you can see, I'm wearing green. The color theme for mental health is green, so I'm complying, as you can see. All right, so this is October. Yesterday was World Mental Health Day, and I'm passionate about mental health. I mean, just the workplace wellness, basically. What I do is stress mastery and holistic living, and my primary target is the workplace. So I work with organizations and I work with employees, executives, team leaders, and CEOs to ensure that they are able to just basically make their workplaces conducive for employee health and well-being, as well as, in the process, promoting, boosting their productivity and, their income, their profit, bottom line. So let's start from the very beginning. If you're joining me for the first time, of course, please do me a favor. All right. Just support the movement, support the ministry, hit the like button and then subscribe. And also, if at the end of this video you got some value from it, please share. Share with your own community. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So let's talk about mental health in the workplace. But before we do that, what is mental health? We get to hear that all the time. Mental health this, mental health that. I know a lot of times when we talk mental health, people just think, for those who are crazy, for those who are mad, so to speak. But it's not that. It's just the way you talk about your physical health, the same way with your mental health. Physical health is just about what you see, all right? Your body, your organs, your bones, how how they all work together, just to boost your well-being. That's physical health. But when we talk about mental health, which I think is the primary focus when you talk about your total well-being, your mental health is the primary focus because it drives every other thing. So what is mental health? Mental health is basically your emotional, psychological, and social well-being. So your mental health actually determines how you act, how you think, how you reason, why you make certain decisions. It helps you also, adapt to issues regarding stress. Okay, so now you see why it is very important. As a stress mastery coach, your mental well-being is actually more important to me than your physical well-being, because that is the driving force for what you get to see physically. All right, so that is it. But why am I passionate about the workplace? I'm going to tell you a little story, very brief. When I started my journey into wellness, I actually kicked off, in family and child wellness because I had gone through. I'm going to do a video where I talk about a health challenge that I had. So I'd gone through a particular health challenge, and during that period, I saw the effect that it had on my family, on my close ones, my friends. And I realized that, when I got better and looking back, I realized that the choices I made, my lifestyle, basically was responsible for the health challenge I faced. And I saw the ripple effect it had on everybody. And I was like, whoa, wouldn't it be good if we talk about family and child wellness? Why we, create that awareness, enlighten people on how they can live better lives at home, how they can educate their children. So in the course of that, life is all about change. It's all about change. We evolve every day. In the course of doing that, it then occurred to me that the people who make the vital decisions in the home are the parents, the adults, basically. And where do they spend most of their time? For most of us who work, functional adults, we spend most of our time at work. Now, it doesn't matter where your work is. It could be in an establishment where you go outside. It could be home. And now, thanks to COVID-19, a lot of us are working from home. Remote working is become very popular. But it has to do with work. And you find that even when you are not at work, you're working. So how do we help the individuals who are working? because the workplace is strife with stress. All right, there's so much demand on your time, so much demand on your mental resources, your physical resources, so much demand on deliverables, your presence, so it takes a toll. And I realize that not so much is being done about the workplace. It's taken for granted that stress comes with the territory, and which of course it does, but we've not been taught how to utilize stress. We see stress as the enemy, but we've not been taught to utilize stress. And I was like, why don't I focus on the workplace? Really? Because a lot of people, I'm going to read out statistics later so that you'd understand why it's important for us to focus on mental health in the workplace. There's so much politicking that goes on in the workplace that affects one's mental state. And once one's mental state is affected, you can see it boil over to other aspects of, the workplace. You find that team engagement is poor. There's no joy in coming to work. So absenteeism is very high. There's high turnover. And for those who even manage to get to the office, you find that there's presenteeism, where people are there physically, but mentally they are absent. And all this takes a toll on an organization, and it creates some form of toxicity, because those who are not well trained in handling such challenges begin to, gravitate towards certain means that end up being toxic eventually to the workplace. So I thought about it. I'm like, we really need a lot of help in our workplaces in Nigeria. All right. So that is why I am passionate about workplace. So right now, what I do, again, as I said, is focus on the workplace, because I believe once you get it right in the workplace, when you get home, you're not transferring any aggression or frustration or anger to the innocent people in your home. All right. Okay. So why mental health in the workplace? We've already talked about what mental health is. And again, as I said, I'm going to read out to you some statistics. Unfortunately, I live in a country where we do not have so much access to relevant data backing our claims, backing our work. So we are forced to rely on external data, external statistics. So I'm going to read out some statistics for us, and these statistics are based on the Canadian workforce. Okay. Now, if you know Canada, you know that Canada is actually one of the most advanced countries, especially when it comes to employee health, employee well-being, and purely good corporate culture. All right. So I'm going to read out these things to you, and maybe when it sinks in, you would appreciate why we really need to take it more seriously in Nigeria or in Africa generally. Now, mental health problems account for more than 56 billion in lost productivity costs due to absenteeism and presenteeism. Now, I just talked about absenteeism and presenteeism. Now, imagine companies, the workspace, losing $56 billion. Now, you can only guess how much we're losing in Africa, all right? Now, the associated cost of mental health illness can consume up to 14% of an organization's net annual profit. Now, do you get where I'm going? When your net annual profit is being consumed by mental health illnesses, what do you have left to spread around? You have bonuses, you have, even increase in salaries or in wages. You do not even have enough to spread around. So at the end of the day, you're making money, but you can't see the money. Now, your mental health actually affects that. The mental health of your organization, the mental health of your employees actually affect that. Now, 44%, this is the one, 44% of employees have had mental health issues in their workplace. How equipped are our workplaces to handle mental health issues? If Canada is reeling out facts as damning as this, I'm scared to imagine what it would be like for Nigeria, all right? Which is why we need to really take it seriously. So what do we need to do? How do we need to go about it? But before we can go there, we need to be able to understand, what the signs of mental health illnesses are. all right? And I kind of like mentioned a few, and I'm going to talk about it. When there's a certain lethargy when it comes to work, when there's an apathy when it comes to work, when there is, when that happens, there's really no interest, there's no drive, there's no motivation to do anything. So what happens, productivity becomes very low. And then we talked about absenteeism, we talked about presenteeism. And then we also noticed that a lot of people tend to fall ill when their mental health is compromised. They tend to be physically ill, whether it's high blood pressure, whether it is heart attacks, whether it's cardiovascular diseases. You have other issues as well, rheumatism. Everything comes in. It will surprise you to know that mental health is actually one of the key factors responsible for these illnesses. So when all these happen, when you begin to see that this is beginning to, take over your workplace, then that is a red flag. That is when you need to sit up and realize that, hey, we need to do something. And then the other signs, all right, of mental health illnesses, again, I mentioned earlier that some of our workplaces are not well equipped to deal with mental health issues. So based on our limited knowledge, we tend to adopt certain kinds of systems or systems to deal with such situations, okay, leading to more toxicity. So you have backbiting, you have gossips, you have you just have all those negative things going around, just harassment all over the place, lack of boundaries, lack of respect for people's personal space and time. So all these come together, and then you find that, whoa, the workplace becomes so toxic. All right, so again, it has a ripple effect, and then these people will take this toxicity home, take the toxicity to their personal lives, and it just keeps going on and on and on, and we want to stop that. So what can you do really to help the workplace in boosting mental health? That I want to share with you 5 ways that you can promote mental health in the workplace. Okay, number 1, equip your managers, equip the team leaders in your organization, with skills and with the techniques that they need to promote health and well-being in the workplace. Let them understand that it is a priority for them. All right. Number 2, you want a psychologically healthy and buoyant work environment. Why don't you consider equity? All right. Consider inclusivity. This would help boost when people feel that they are heard, when people feel that they matter. All right, that their needs matter and that there's representation in their workplace. It actually does help a lot. Number 3, make your workplace flexible. Let your staff know that there's options for when, how they work. Now, thanks to COVID-19, we've come to realize that remote working is actually pretty much possible. I do not have to be in a physical workplace to work. All right, so we need to open ourselves to change, open ourselves to evolve, study your environment, study your times, and design your workforce in such a way that it promotes that, and at the same time it does not negatively impact on your productivity, because that is the key of business, right? Then number four, this is important. Listen to your employees. A lot of times we talk about low engagement, but low engagement did not just start today. It started the moment your staff realized that nobody was listening to them. All right. So they're going to give you feedback. They're going to talk. They're going to respond. They're going to contribute. Let them know that their words matter. Listen to their feedback. Use their feedback, and then evolve yourself culturally within, and then promote it in such a way that or that your staff know that what you're doing is because of them. A lot of times what we basically need is, we just need to know that we are being listened to, Now, the 5th and not the last, please make mental health a priority by employing tools such as stress mastery. I mean, we've all said now that stress is one of the leading causes of ill health in the workplace. Make stress mastery a central focus in your workplace. All right. Now, so those are the 5 ways that you can help boost and promote mental health in your workplace. If there's more that you're aware of that I basically did not touch on, please share. Now, if in your organization, all right, there are some mental health practices that you're currently enjoying or working on, why don't you share with us so that we'll get to we get to hear, we get to learn. Now, if you know of any other that I probably missed out, that you thought deserved a mention and I didn't mention it, please put it down there in the comment section. I'm going to get to it. And if there's any subject at all, any topic you want me to touch on regarding mental health, regarding workplace, regarding stress, regarding even physical health, regarding health and wellness in general, please put it in there in the comment section. I'm going to get to it and I'm going to create some form of content around it. Your words matter to me. Your engagement matter to me. Your like, do not forget to like this video. You know, they matter to me, including your subscription. So please do not forget to subscribe as well and turn on the notification bell so that when a new video goes up, you get notified immediately. Do not forget to share this with your community. And yeah, so I will see you next time. All right, I would have asked you to rate me. This is officially my first YouTube video. I'd have asked you to rate me, but I think from the next video you're going to see that I'm easing into it. I'm getting better at it. All right, so thank you so much. And as I always say, may wellness fall on you. Oh yeah, you can always follow me on all my social media platforms. You know, the handle is right there everywhere on social media. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter. So wherever it is you're looking for me, you can go there, you'll find me, and you know, just follow me and engage. I like to make new friends and I like to share my knowledge as well. So encourage this journey of mine, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.